Hey guys, how you doing? It's Craig Campbell from Pastor Craig's Vintage Cards, and wanted to make a real quick video here tonight. It's a different setup for me. We're in the process of moving, and I've got some of my cards here, and some of them I don't, and I've got some books and some other books I don't have with me. But there's been a lot of grading videos that were on YouTube here in the last week, and I've really enjoyed them. I loved hearing a lot of people's opinions about grades and different cards, and I just wanted to share a couple of examples that I think are really important for collectors, especially for collectors that have a limited budget or are maybe fairly new to collecting cards. But I wanted to share a couple things with you. A couple cards I was looking at that I had bought in the past. For example, this beautiful 52 Topps Preacher Row. And you look at that card, and boy, is it sharp. I mean, look at the color on that. Look at the centering. It's just a really, really nice card. And you look at it and think, why could this possibly get an SGC1? And I love this card because it fits my hobby perfectly. I don't collect the grade. I collect the card. I truly do. I have a limited budget, so I have to really be careful how I spend my money, and to try to get the most bang for my buck. And to collect an SGC1 that looks like this is getting the most bang for your buck, definitely. And the problem with this card, if you look, it's the back. It was glued into a scrapbook at one time, and so you have the four dots from the glue dots from the scrapbook. But the back is still very readable. There's nothing wrong with it other than those four glue dots. But look at the front of this card. I mean, this card is just absolutely outstanding. The 52 Topps have centering issues, and this card is pretty darn well centered. And the color is just really, really good. And so, if you collect the card and not the grade, this card, in my opinion, is perfect for a guy that's on a limited budget and really wants to extend his dollar. And so you don't always have to go after the high grade card. And here's another example of the 53 Topps Preacher Row. Again, the 53 Topps, notorious for bad centering, and this card is really, really nice. If you look at the color on it, and the registration is pretty darn good. But the problem is, if you look right where the E is at, you know, if you look right where the E is at in his name, Preacher, you'll see there's a pinhole there. And if you look at the back of the card, it still looks really, really good. There's a little pinhole. You can see the dimple right there where my thumb is at. And that brought this card down to an SGC1. Now, again, I collect the card and not the grade. And so don't always be fooled when you see a 1 or a 2. Don't think that you're getting something that's not very good, because there are a lot of diamonds in the rough. And I think these two cards are both diamonds in the rough. You look at cards that are, 72 years old, 73 years old now. I mean, these two cards are Preacher Row, both SGC1s, both really, really fine examples of a card. Good eye appeal. Again, just a minor little pinhole up there, and the back is scuffed up on that 52 Topps. But other than that, these cards are great, and it's really a good way to save money. So don't be fooled. Not all ones are the same. I've seen some 1s and 2s that look like they came out of a washing machine. But these cards here look really, really nice. And I think most people would be happy to have these in their collection. And think about the money that you save by buying cards that are like this, like SGC1s. Now, here's a different card. This is a little bit of a different example. I'm going to set it right here. But this is a 1967 Brooks Robinson card. And you may think, well, what's so special about a 67 Brooks Robinson? Well, this card is a single print, and it's from the notorious difficult high numbers. And so the Brooks Robinson card is a very, very tough card to find. Then you throw in the fact, you look at the centering on this card, really, really well centered. The late 60s cards, the 66, 7s, 8s, 9s, they were just notorious for centering problems. And this here is a really well-centered example of a 1967 Brooks Robinson card. Now, I got a 4.5 because of some of the corners are a little bit rounded. The back is in really good shape. There's a little bit of this camera's probably not doing the best job, but there's a little bit of a scuffing on that lower left corner. And other than that, the card looks really, really nice. Now, I've seen some 67s that were graded just a little bit higher, maybe a 5 and a 5.5, that were pretty poorly centered. And this card here has just really nice eye appeal. And again, it's a 4.5, so it's a lower mid-tier grade card. But I'm telling you, you could probably find some 6s and 7s that don't look as well as this one here. And so again, for the person that's pretty conscious of their budget, or that has to collect on a pretty tight budget, you can get away with getting some really nicely graded cards. I'm sorry, I don't have the room for to get all three of them. I'll put him right here. Maybe you can see him back there. You go. Yeah. You can get away with some really, really nice cards, lower grade with high eye appeal, and save yourself a lot of money. And especially if you're not looking to flip cards and to make a profit. If you're just a pure collector, often you can find some really nice low graded cards that will fit your collection just fine. And so again, you hear it all the time. I think these are 3 really good examples of collect the card and not the grade. So I just wanted to share these with you. And I'm still fairly new to grading, and there's a lot for me to learn. I've really enjoyed all the videos that talk about it. And but here I just wanted to share these 3 cards in particular because they are of a low to a mid-tier grade. But man, you can really stretch your hobby dollar if you're careful and you find the right cards. And you don't mind little pinholes, or you don't mind the backs that have glue spots, but give you a front like that 52 Topps Preacher Row. So I just wanted to share this with the grading, and I hope everybody enjoys their collection. Happy New Year, 2025. Hard to believe that it's 2025. It's just amazing, but I'm thankful that I'm here. And like I said, there's a lot going on in our life right now, and some things are kind of unknown, but every day is unknown, so we will just make the best of it each day that we can. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit of a different setup for me. I don't have my tripod, and half my stuff is in one house, half of it's in the other. And I just wanted to make this video, and hope everybody is doing well. Everybody take care.